Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a very, very special edition of Stretch the Sketch. As you may have noticed with the thumbnail, if you take a peek at those thumbnails, it is our 5th anniversary, my friends. We are celebrating 5 years of doing this really, really fun series, the brainchild of Janet from Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube. Janet created this series, and I think I've been doing it. I'm not sure if I've been doing it for the 5 years or 4, but definitely 4. I may have joined a little bit late to the party, but anyway, as you know, the premise of Stretch the Sketch is to take a 12 by 12 sketch, but then to create a project in a different format. That could even be a card. We can shrink the sketch, so I just said, a card, an 8.5 by 11 layout, a 6 by 8, an 8 by 8. We can also stretch the sketch to a 12 by 24 canvas, or as I often do, I combine both, where I shrink to a 6 by 8, but then do a double page. And Crystal often does that type of thing too, where she does a traveler's notebook spread. So she does sort of a double again, but shrinking it down to a traveler's notebook size. But now it's also May, of course, so it's May I Scrap Lift You, the brainchild of Crystal, who plays along with this series as well. So to celebrate our 5 years, we decided that we would, scrap lift Janet, and I mean, oh my goodness me, the choice, just choosing which one to do. But anyway, scrap lift Janet and do that in a different format to what she had done. And Janet gave us just a little tiny challenge in there, as well as 5 or a 5th anniversary calls for wood. So there we go. So that was rather long-winded. So you can see the lovely layout that I'm going to scrap lift up here in the corner. And it looks to me like Janet did an 8.5 by 11. So it probably was a Stretch the Sketch. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous layout. She has some wood grain, a little bit tone on tone, just beautiful. 2 4 by 6 photos and some paper tearing. I love paper tearing. So I am, my friends, which I don't do very often, but Janet does. So as another little nod to Janet, I am going to do a double page 12 by 24 today. So I went into my stash and I got my Hello Again paper pad back out again. You saw me use that recently on a couple of layouts. So I got that out. I went into my stash, and my background is Bella Boulevard Besties. And I love using those for my backgrounds. And I'm using the grid side. And this is actually what they call white, I think. So it sort of is a white background with a sort of beigey, taupey kind of grid on it. So I'm using that on my background. I was looking for some wood grains, and I do have quite a few nice wood grains, but the colors were just a little bit off. So I decided to go with this lovely background, this paper from Hello Again, which is a fun sort of mosaic type pattern, which I think goes with the idea of my photos, which I'll come to in a moment. But then when I did my paper tearing and laid it on the canvas, I found there wasn't enough contrast. So I went into my cardstock and I got an old Stampin' Up! Cardstock Bravo Burgundy, and I did a little bit of tearing there just so that I could tuck that in and give a little bit of extra contrast, because you can see Janet inked her edges and I didn't. I could have inked them, I suppose. That would have been a smart idea, but for some reason I just decided to go and get this Bravo Burgundy paper. So And then I use the stripe, this lovely stripe paper that's just got a little bit of a touch of gold in there to do the panel in the middle. Now my photos, I trimmed them down because I think I maybe made my strips a little bit bigger than Janet did. So I trimmed my photos down. These were already, they're very, very old photos. They're back from the mid-'80s. So were they, what, something like 3x5? Anyway, I trimmed them down. I just cropped them down so you can see that on this side, they're not quite even the same size as on this side, but at least the two photo blocks, the photos within them, are the same size. So this is the Parthenon in the Athens area, a view from my hotel, I'm assuming, I think. I can't quite remember now. It's been so many years. I think that might be from my hotel. If not, it might have been from the one Saturday that I did get to do a little bit of sightseeing. So it might be a view into Athens from a little bit outside, could be. And the presidential palace, the guard. So just a bit of a double page. I did do a layout, I believe, on the Acropolis and on the rooms, so this will sort of finish that little mini series. So I'm sort of doing the left-hand page. Is that still in frame? Yes, pretty much the way Janet did it, and then I'm sort of going to mirror it over here, and I just backed my photos on white. I was thinking of adding the Bravo Burgundy. Let's see, hang on. Would I want to also map my photo, but then I think I decided it would be just, a little too much. Although it might be nice. What do you think? All right, I'm going to keep that in mind. And sort of, there we go, get that over on this side to the mirror image. Now, what else have I brought out to play with? I have some wood elements here. Do I have another one? No. I do have some wood elements here. I have a key. I really have no idea why. It was just big. And I thought it might, be fun down here or something. This is the guard to the palace to make sure we don't get in. So maybe pop something there because I'm going to do a little bit of embellishing there. I have a map wood veneer piece here. And this I kind of liked. I think it's one of those things that's got like those marbles on it. But I thought if I put it this way, it sort of worked perfectly with these runes. So I thought I might have something, in this area, or at least on this side, just the travel. So I have this one as well. These are very flat. I think, are these Color Cast Designs? I got these in a kit at some point. So have some wood pieces out. I've got some cameras here from Chadney. I've got one that's in this lovely burgundy color, some black and white ones. I have some tags because you can see that Janet does a lovely embellishment cluster up here. And what I am thinking, you see, we could use the tags up there and maybe a doily. I kind of do like that. And then what I would likely do on this side is reverse these and put them under here and use the other half of the doily there. So that's sort of the idea I have at the moment for that. Here for the good times. Now this might be able to come over here. There's a little bit more green, although I'm not sure of the colors. This tag would definitely fit. The noteworthy would fit. This pink would as well if I want to get a couple, more tags in there. So that is what I have for now. So let me go off and play around with this area a little bit, because I also have from my project from yesterday. I have some of those lovely Nicole Jones 911 tickets left over, which I think would be fun on there. So let me go get a little bit done, my photos down, start these clusters, and I will come back with you in just a second. Well, there we go, my friends, and this double page is done. So let's look at them one by one, and then I will come back and show you everything, because I think there might still be one little thing that I want to do. So I got my photos down, of course, and then I started working on this lovely top cluster the way Janet has it. So I got my tags in there, and I went into my stash and I got this twine, which is a very nice and thick twine. This is from Stampin' Up, as is this, and it's sort of, the color is Cherry Cobbler, which is a red, but it's got depth to it. So it almost, you know, when you put it next to the burgundy, it almost takes on that burgundy tint. So got my twine out for my tags, popped those in, the doily, and I found this flare in my stash that, look how well that matches. That's just serendipitous. But that was kind of fun. So I popped that in there, the little planes, and then this wood veneer that I was telling you about that I kind of really like. I do think it's a nod to the columns there, although that is, of course, not at all what it is. It's those little, you know, it has the roller things on them. But anyway, to me, it works perfectly with this. Got some of those lovely Nicole Jones 911 tickets popped in here, and I had a few choices for my alphas, but in the end I used the Vicki Boutin. I think, was this from Fernwood maybe? I think these may have been from the Fernwood collection. So Athens 1984, using a backwards 3, and of course I added some liquid glue because these particular thickers did not stick at all. So then I bring over the second page. Let's see, I'm just going to cross these over a little bit because we're not losing anything. Yeah, and that way you can see everything. Let me just have a look there. There we go. I think we're in frame. So over on this side, I got my photos down as well. And then, as I mentioned to you, I sort of wanted to, since I'm mirroring, I sort of wanted to get the cluster similar to this one here down at the bottom right, down here. So that is what I did. So I got 2 more tags, the doily bit here, and I put this little wood button with a camera and this lovely flare. This is new, a little new like I needed. But anyway, these are from Hey Little Magpie, and I really, really like them. They are completely flat at the back, and they are a little bit thinner, so they can still give the dimension, but can be put sort of flat to the page. So I popped this little camera in the corner, and one little asterisk or flower, I'm not sure which it's supposed to be, from the Vicki Boutin thicker letters. And then I felt like doing a little bit of a cluster up here as well. And I had mentioned this to you, and Here for the Good Times, I think, sort of fits in, the coloring fits in with these photos. That's a little tongue-in-cheek, because I still have to figure out, and that's what I'm going to do with you, I think I still have to figure out what to do with my journaling, because I had this sort of tag that I want, because I liked the jagged edges here. This color works, but I don't really like those florals, but I was still thinking I could pop that there and do a little bit of journaling, because Here for the Good Times is a little bit tongue-in-cheek. As I've mentioned to you before, it is not a city that I enjoyed at all, and particularly not that very first trip, which was a solo trip, a solo negotiation, and I was there for 3 weeks with really just the 1 or 2 days to do a little bit of touring. So I don't like this. Now, so what I'm thinking, it just dawned on me before I turned the camera on, that I could maybe go back and get some of these lovely, the spring flowers from Nicole and pop that there instead. Could I do that? I find this one a little bit big. I find that one a little bit big, although it does sort of nestle in and it hides that well. So what is it? Does that make it too much? Because I've got this lovely wood veneer key that I mentioned to you, a couple more tickets, another lovely wood button, and camera flare. Lots of camera flares on here, I suddenly realize. Oh, well. Now this, oh, maybe there. Would this be a little bit better? And does it? Yeah, there you go. I think that would be better, don't you? Okay, so I think that might just finish it off and I can do my journaling there, my friends. Yes, let's do that. So there you have it. Janet, thank you for organizing such a lovely, lovely series. It's amazing that we've hit 5 years already. This is one of my favorite series. I know I say that a lot, but it really is, because it really makes you think and stretches the imagination a little bit, but I always love what comes of it. There are so many amazing friends that play along as well. Make sure you go down below and follow everyone. And as I said, we are all scrap lifting the lovely Janet today. And so that will be part of May I Scrap Lift You as well. And I will see you back here very, very soon, next month, with another Stretch the Cat sketch. And I hope you all have a wonderful, scrappy day, my friends. See you soon. Thanks for being here. Bye for now.